Hello, and thank you for tuning into Tapestry Thursday, your midday manna, providing you with biblical principles in your wellness care. Today's episode of Tapestry Thursday is going to take a different approach. We're going to be doing a Q&A session. The comments have come in. I've received emails. I've received text messages. I've received feedback and comments. And all of them, the most question that has been asked is, what does tapestry mean to me? I want to start with giving a biblical example. And this can be found in Exodus 26:1 and also in verse 31. Intricate curtains made of blue, purple, and scarlet linen with cherubim designs were used in the tabernacle, representing the holy dwelling place of God. Tapestry means a heavy decorative textile usually hung on walls or used as upholstery, featuring intricate pictorial designs created by weaving colored weft thread through a plain warp. Historically, hand-woven, they function as both functional insulation and artistic storytelling. It's been used to describe a complex, varied collection of things or experiences, often referring to a rich tapestry of life, culture, or sound. So what all of this mean to me? Tapestry means to me the divine craftsmanship of God. It's our life being the blank canvas and His often unseen work weaving together messy life events into a purposeful, beautiful picture. And this can be looked at on a large scale, such as relationships, which can look like holding on to offense, leading to unforgiveness, bitterness, anger, malice, and the like. Someone walking around just mean, being short with people, easily angered and unapproachable. They don't smile. When you speak in passing, the person doesn't respond. If you or someone you know fall into any of these categories or have any of this type of behavior, you'll want to check your canvas. I equate relationships to a large scale because that is the largest currency in the earth. God created us to be relational. You will not be able to navigate through this plane of existence without being in a relationship. On a smaller or individual scope, this includes your mental, physical, emotional, spiritual well-being. On an individual level, there was a milestone moment I vividly remember. My journey started about 20 years ago. It was a slow and steady one. I recall being at my work office having lunch, and after eating my lunch, I experienced my first gluten intolerance reaction. At the time, I did not know what it was. This was the first time I had experienced it, where my throat began to close and swell slowly, making it hard to breathe. It seemed like eternity at the time. However, it lasted about 15 minutes. During this time, it felt like someone had turned off my oxygen source, and I was in a frozen state and couldn't move. In my mind, I was thinking, if I could just get up and make it outside to retrieve some fresh air, but that wasn't happening. As I tried, in my mind, I was telling myself to move, but I was just in a frozen state. I could not move. So I eventually was able to reach over after trying several times, and I was able to turn on a small desk fan to the highest level and plaster my face directly in front of it. After about 2 to 4 minutes of breathing in the air from the fan, I was able to take my face away and take deep breaths and breathe regularly from that moment on. This would start a series of doctor visits for my primary care team, and they would tell me that I am healthy. All the blood work that they was taking, it spoke the same to say that I was healthy. However, I knew I had to listen to my body. So I slowly began to eliminate foods from my daily plan. When I ate something and it made me feel the slightest off my good condition, I would eliminate that food. Once I removed it, I would try it again 3 to 4 months down the line to make sure that was the item that was the culprit, until I finally removed dairy and gluten from my palate altogether. I replaced dairy with coconut products. Here am I, a foodie, so this wasn't an easy journey for me. There are certain foods and tastes that I had grown accustomed to, so when I would make them, I knew what they would taste like even before I tasted it. For example, macaroni and cheese. I was a huge fan of macaroni and cheese. We would eat it often during Thanksgiving or Christmas. It was one that was a staple in our household growing up. And because the noodles were gluten-based and the cheese is dairy-based, it had a different taste than fast forward to the macaroni and cheese that is gluten-free and dairy-free now that I am eating. So I had to acquire a taste for this new introduced product. 20 years ago, all the options that are available now mainstream, they didn't have back then. So I was the model and learned these things truly by trial and error. So over the course of time and years, this would go on to where I would eat certain items. I would have a response where it would trigger an immune response for me. I'd go to the doctor. They wouldn't be able to tell me any type of information that would help me. So I just kept on with this process. I would eliminate whatever that didn't make me feel well temporarily. And then I would introduce it back into my regimen a few months down the line. And if I was to have that response again, then I knew that that was a culprit. And so I would eliminate it altogether. This sent me on a journey to fast forward to today, cooking with different things that I was not traditionally used to, different spices and such. But cooking has become a culinary masterpiece for me, marrying the natural herbs and teas and spices to create unique sauces, marinades, meals, juices, and whatever else I concoct that is yummylicious. It's incredible, and my overall health thanks me for it. So now I'm on this journey. I'm making sauces and marinades by fruits and vegetables. I'm using the herbs to make my own meals and sauces and marinades. I'm using cilantro and avocado and extra virgin olive oil. I'm using now all things that are whole food based and not that have all of these additives and the like. And I'm noticing how my body is responding. And because my body is responding in a positive manner, I continue on with these things, and now I'm feeling better, and I'm noticing my health has started back on an incline, whereas before it was declining. I was having the brain fog. I was experiencing lethargicness. I would sometimes not be able to get out of bed because I just felt so bogged down, so weighed down and heavy without knowing what it was, that the food that I was eating was literally making me ill. And so I'm really happy that on this journey, I was led by the Holy Spirit to be able to navigate through that season of my life, to eliminate things one by one, because it wasn't something that happened immediate. It wasn't magic. It wasn't you take this pill and everything is made brand new and all better. It didn't happen like that. This was over a course of years where I went on this journey. And now today, I basically I eat vegetables and fruits. Some people may call it a vegan lifestyle. I just call it that I eat whole foods. But the herbs that I discuss in Tapestry Thursday, they don't have to just be used for internal purposes only. They can be used as an all-natural, healthier option in your everyday lifestyle. What do you mean by that, Yolanda? Well, I'm glad you asked. For example, mint. It's one of my favorite herbs. It can be combined with white vinegar to make an all-purpose cleaner. This is a non-toxic option and it can be used anywhere in your home. It will not disrupt you hormonally, emotionally, or mentally. You can use this cleaning product to wipe down all your surfaces. You can use it to clean bathroom. You can use it to clean anywhere in your household. And like I've mentioned, it's non-toxic, and you also are making your environment more conducive and more all-natural and healthier. Life often resembles the backside of a tapestry. It's filled with tangled strings, sometimes chaos, and lacking an obvious orderly pattern. In everyday life, this manifests as moments of confusion, unexpected challenges, or pain that seem random and disconnected. However, just as the finished design on the front reveals a masterpiece, stepping back to look at our lives often shows that these messy periods are necessary for adding depth, strength, and meaning to the overall design. Everyday relationships are similar to the threads in a tapestry, where each person we encounter contributes a special color or texture. Friends and loved ones act as fundamental threads, sharing both joy and sorrow, thus making the tapestry of life more vibrant and essential in reminding us we are part of a larger community. The creation of tapestry is a slow, methodical process that requires patience, much like daily life, which is woven stitch by stitch over many years. Every day brings new opportunities to add fresh, colorful threads to the design, whether through small acts of kindness, learning new skills, of navigating daily tasks. This daily attention to detail ensures that the resulting life is not just a passing moment, but a lasting piece of art. Finally, I want to encourage you, mind your canvas. See your life as a blank canvas. It doesn't matter how old you are, you always can get a reset. You can always get a fresh start. You can always get a renewal. Various seasons of your life cause for a reset, and your reset is a fresh start, a new beginning on a blank canvas. Be intentional about your tapestry because every experience is an intricate piece of your journey. Again, I want to repeat, be intentional about your tapestry because every experience is an intricate piece of your journey. So just to kind of give a summary, Tapestry to me means God handpicking you. You're the blank canvas, and He has interwoven on that blank canvas the workings of your life events. And He's very intentional about you. He's very purposeful about you. He said in Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans that I have for you. They are of good and not of evil." So even though life's interwoven process, it may look like sometimes chaos, it may look messy, but it's not your forever. It doesn't always look like that. There's times of joy, there's times of fun, there's times of laughter, there's times of sowing, there's times of reaping. All of these things are interwoven on your canvas of life. So again, be intentional about how you show up in your relationships. Be intentional about how you show up for yourself. Be intentional about the things that you put on your canvas, your experience, and the like. And may you look at tapestry in a different light. Although the definition says that it's a decorative textile that you can hang on the wall, and it's used as upholstery, featuring intricate woven covers and plain warp. It's hand woven, and it's functional and it's basically artistry. It's telling a story. See it in the light of you are the blank canvas. And yes, your life is artistic storytelling, and God is the one that is doing the drawing. He's doing the interwoven. He's interweaving all of your life experiences, and He's helping navigate so that it is this beautiful artistic picture on this canvas. I want you to be encouraged today. And again, thank you for tuning into Tapestry Thursday. I hope that this episode will bring or shed some additional light on the question that I receive multiple times about what does tapestry mean to me. So as you've looked up tapestry and it gave one definition, I'm hoping that the definition or how I defined it will allow you to see it in a different light. May you like and share and subscribe. Tell others about Tapestry Thursday. Don't just listen to it. I want you to subscribe to the channel, be a part of our community, tell others about it so that we can continue to grow, and one by one we can affect change so that others will know about using all of these all natural herbs and different spices and the like to be able to make change in their environment, in their homes, and in their physical bodies, not just theirs, but also in their families and friends and anyone that they are connected to, so they'll be able to tell others and be able to make change. I want to thank you again, and may God bless you. May He keep you. May His face shine upon you, and may He give you peace. God bless you.